And then we have red, which is man down. You have a KIA or someone who is down hard, and you guys are working on them. Give them the red and a number of those individuals that are in that state. The last one is equipment. If you have a Humvee, you still have your Humvee, you're green. You haven't lost any equipment. Red, and then you lost something. Say, hey, you got hit with an RPG and you lost your Humvee. You say red and you state which equipment you've lost. Say, hey, RPG got to our freaking Humvee. We're red on a Humvee. That way, and all this does is give your squad lead and high command an idea of, are you guys, if we send you over to do XYZ, are you going to be able to perform XYZ, or are you only going to get to XY, or maybe not even to X? And even when you get there, are you actually going to be able to do anything? Are you going to need a resupply? Can we call a resupply to you? Do we need to get a truck up to you, or do we need to completely pull you back for resupply and send another team in your place when we have that many on the in and out? So, any questions on ACE reports?
No.
Alright, good. Common frequencies. This has been a question, and we actually had an issue on a different server recently about frequencies and, what we use and when. So, in our Discord, we have a information section. I forget what it's called, but you can go there, and it's a white square image that says communication channels, and it lists every single frequency that we use. As a general rule, high command, our game masters, are always going to be at 50 megahertz. Ground command is going to be on 51. Aviation, 52. Forcon and scout snipers, 54 and 55, and then armored is going to be on 56. That changed a little bit recently because Sheet wanted his own channels, but we'll go with it. So let me be clear about the secondary MOSs: aviation, armored, scout snipers, and Forcon. Those listed frequencies are our is our team channels. So that's what Forcon is going to communicate with themselves, scout snipers are going to communicate with themselves, and so on. At no time, unless shit has really hit the fan and no one's answering, should you guys, or any RTO, get on 52, 54, 55, or 56 to call those respective secondaries. Always get a hold of them on 51, which is ground command. If that doesn't work, call on 50. The nuclear option is to get on one of our frequencies. It's very rarely happened, but when it has happened, sometimes it causes problems for us. 01 is always going to be on 41. 02, 42. If we have an OT, OT? Fuck. I'm tired. 4-3. Yeah, I know it's 4-3. Shut up. Go play with the aircraft here. 03 is going to be on 43. So those are really easy to remember. 41, 42, 43, 01, 02, 03. Each team under 01 or 02 or 03 gets clicked half a megahertz. So 1-1 will be 40 TAC 5, 1-2 will be 41 TAC 5, and 1-3 will be 42 TAC 5. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It does, but Fire, I don't know if anyone else can notice, but Fire King is getting really hard to understand. His mic's cutting out really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm being fucking customary, don't get on my balls about that.
Yeah.
I wanted to correct you about something. 51 technically is platoon net, and 50 is, well, you said it was high command technically, but 50 is ground command instead of 51. So you swap. 50 is ground command, 51 is platoon. That's how everybody communicates with each other within the collective force. It's just terminology. You got it right. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood the terminology.
Need to update the graphic.
Yeah, it was out of date. That's why we changed it.
Alrighty. I'm gonna have to remember that. See, I learned stuff too. Shit. So let's go through basic vehicle identification. This is.
Can you 1 second, please? I know it's not anybody here. I'm assuming.
If you guys keep pointing lasers over.
Oh, God damn it.
Who is it?
If you guys keep pointing lasers over here, I'm gonna make you crawl the tarmac, and I'm gonna watch you do it.
Lasers? Anyone?
Sorry,
Anybody see
Pop.
lasers?
You're damn right.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, we're good.
That's funny. Okay, so this is something new we're adding to added to the RTO course. It's going to help with your callouts on different vehicles. And if you look behind you, you're going to see 4 of the most common types of vehicles that we have on the friendly side and on the Russian side. At this point, I don't want you guys to have to understand that the far left one is the US, then we have a truck, and we have BTR-70 and MI-8 with the 70 freaking rounds of hydras. That is not what I need you guys to understand in the basic RTO1 course. So what I am putting in here, the ability to quickly identify and report vehicles on the battlefield, is a skill for all team members, but especially for RTOs reporting those vehicles. So when we see the small vehicle on the left, a lot of us know it's a US. But in the terms of RTO1, that is a light vehicle. It's thin-skinned. You can penetrate it with 5.56 and 7.62 easily. The next vehicle we're going to call a heavy vehicle or a truck. There are different types. We will go over that in RTO2. But for the basic portions of RTO1, when you're reporting that, hey, I have a truck, I have a heavy vehicle approaching our pause or traveling down this MSR. The next one is obviously a BTR-70, but for RTO1, we're going to call it an armored vehicle. Now, this could include IFVs, APCs, and tanks. We're not going to get down to the specifications of what that vehicle is. For the expediency of the course, you're just going to call it an armored vehicle. Do I have to explain what the helicopter is?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not going to. So when you're reporting these vehicles, use those terms: light vehicle, heavy vehicle, armored, helicopter. It's the most expedient way to get that point across. When you give your report on the vehicle, there are some things that you can look on the vehicle or hear on the vehicle that give you an idea of that status. The dead, or is it functional? If the vehicle is smoking, it may indicate damage. If the engine is running, if you see it running, if you hear it running, report that as well. Give that information, because the tempo of the motor may also indicate damage. Or if the thing is running, somebody may be nearby. Also, look for doors. AI don't always close the doors. Matter of fact, most of the time they leave them open. That is a very good indication, along with engine or smoke, that hey, somebody was just here. We need to keep an eye open. Another thing is, one thing we'll go over in RTO2 is the accurate identification of those vehicles, because if you say armored vehicle, it could be anything from an IFV to a T-14, and those require different munitions to destroy. So that will be going over in RTO2. You guys will learn exactly what the sounds are, what they look like, and it'll definitely advance you guys toward being able to communicate those threats to your team and what is required to eliminate those threats. 2 more and we're done. Any questions so far?
Nope.
Alright, we're following the KISS method. Light vehicle, heavy vehicle, armored, helicopter. Keep it easy. Basic map reading and navigation. Everybody should have a map. Most of us have been on ARMA long enough to know how to use it, so we're just going to go over this pretty quick. Having a map allows navigation of an unfamiliar area and the ability to perform operations with precision. On your HUD, as you look around here, at the bottom middle of your screen, you have a cardinal compass with a 3-digit heading/azimuth indicator. That's freaking awesome. That can give you, it makes your life so much easier. All you have to do is look at it, you know, hey, it's south or 184, which that's the way I'm looking. This gives you the cardinal direction, north, south, east, west, and a 3-digit heading. On your map, so everyone pull out your maps. Everybody should have them. On your map, you will see on your cursor a 6-digit grid and the elevation at that point. This information allows us to locate their own position and their target point and plan a route to it. You obviously will see vegetation, you'll see the greens, you'll see walls, you'll see towers, you'll see water features, and you can also look at the elevation, and then you can choose either, you know, to walk the midline, you can walk in the valley. Obviously we don't skyline, that's terrible to do. Don't do that, especially if we're on op4. So it allows you to locate your position and target and plan a route to it. This also allows for deconfliction of forces and prevents your friendly fire. We have a land nav course that's on a video. Tacos, I believe, he put a post to it.
YouTube channel reporter community. It's pretty in-depth and it's some pretty useful stuff that you'll use a lot.
And there's also tools like when you pull up your map, like you can put lines on there. There's have a protractor where you can find distances. You can find your 10 digits. That's a little bit more advanced than what we like to do at the obviously RTO 1 level. So that's basic map reading. You can tell north, south, east, west, your cardinal directions, your heading, your azimuths. Doesn't really need to get too much more complicated than that. We may do a land nav course a little bit more in depth, but it's pretty basic. So after that, we're gonna go.
Do you think we should do a land nav course at some point in the future just for all the guys?
I mean, that's the basic map reading and how to use your protractor would definitely be helpful. I think it's more of a tactical figure out how to move through things. More like what we learned in Scout Snipers and ForCon would behoove some of the guys, but I mean, I'd probably just do a poll on Discord, see if any guys would be interested, and then use what we have or develop
Anybody
it.
who thinks that we should have some form of land nav course in the near future to help you navigate map and terrain via map, please crouch.
Well, shit, there you go.
Unanimous, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Pretty cut and
That's
dry.
how easy it is. Go ahead and stand back up. Fire King, you're good to continue. I'll take it as a note.
Can that training just be, we pull up the presentation board and put that video on the projector?
Sure.
I don't know, just a thought.
We'll definitely come up with something. Somebody will come up with something very soon. But knowing that, let's go over our basic call-up procedures. This is pretty simple. Basic situational awareness and elementary knowledge and understanding of map reading. Effective calls can be game changers and lifesavers when seconds count. So when reporting a target, you can use your rangefinder. It's green or red, and you can laze your target. On controller, on Xbox at least, it's button X for range and button Y for heading or azimuth. I don't know PC and I don't know PS5 controls. If anybody can say that, I'm not sure what it is.
PS5 is square is range, and triangle is your degree.
Okay, so it's like the same.
PC, it's R.
For both, or just the range?
R for range and...
Because it'll tell you the range, obviously, but it'll also give you your azimuth, like which way you're looking.
Gotta figure it out. Give me a sec.
On PlayStation 5, if you hit both of them square and triangle at the same time, it'll pull both of them up.
Okay. Well, same for Xbox.
Yeah, like I'm on PC, but I still use my controller because I'm weird like that. So when you're communicating that information to your TLSL, you'll go RTO to 01, contact east at 500 meters, enemy troops in the open, or RTO 1, contact heading 123 at 500, enemy troops in the open. So you can do it, like if you're looking toward me, you'll see, hey, he's north, or he's at 0, or 360. Same fucking thing, you're only off by half a degree anyway. That gives your TLSL and your team a general idea of the direction that they're going to take contact from or where their objective is.
He's basically saying you can either say it like a scrub or you can be sexy while you do it.
Yeah. But it literally tells you the general direction of your enemy and the range. Both of those two pieces of information are tactically important to how you're going to respond, whether you're going to engage, you're going to ambush, or you're going to flank them, or whatever your tactical situation may lend itself to. Because you know there's 10 different fucking scenarios that can come in there. You have different terrain, you have open space, you have friendly units, enemy units, whatever it may be. Any questions, comments?
Nope.
Nope.
So this is the RTO 1 course. It is basically for newer guys that haven't played Arma, haven't done the Milsim, to get them at a general level to where they are be able to effectively communicate with the terminology, knowing our frequencies, how to call their TL, even inter-team, like from Teddy to Balzac, hey, being able to communicate where target is, how far it is, what that target is, you know, light vehicle, heavy vehicle, armored, aviation, you know, any one of those ways this course is developed to be stupid simple and not complicated for the newbies. I know hardly anybody in this lineup is a newbie. I don't know for 100% sure, but that's what this course is for. When we do RTO 2, it's going to be a little bit more advanced. There's going to be more IRL things going on. And then when Ranger decides we have another JTAC class, we get a couple of JTACs, we have a TAC P going, it's going to be, you know, 10 digits grids, calling in, controlling aircraft, inbound, outbound stuff. What?
I'll do a JTAC call just to show you what it's fucking like, why you need to be fucking inserted in this shit.
Giggity.
Because it's not easy. You can continue, I'll let you know when I find a good reference.
That was pretty much the synopsis of what the course is for and why we need to have it. The other part of it is it's going to be a rank up requirement. We want all of our members to be able to understand how to communicate and what to communicate and when and to whom. And that way, when you do get to RTO2 and you're ready to step up to be a TLSL, you're prepared. We're trying to get everybody on the same level and then push further and farther. I know a couple of our guys are super eager. Since we do like to do call-outs here, that's Grim and Red for sure. I know you guys seem to be hard chargers. I fucking love it. Don't lose that. than that, as of right now, please go on to Discord and to Tacos. You want some roster help? Just say RTO1. Listen to Tacos.
They can, but preferably they fill out a roster update form because it actually puts it into the roster where we can look at one page and process everybody over time instead of it getting lost in roster help. So preferably fill out a form, but if you really don't feel like filling out a form, put it in there, but no guarantees it'll get put on the roster in a timely manner that way.
So,
God.
does that mean that we have to do a
I have one.
roster update form for each class, or can we do all in one?
I mean, if you want to up the date, do it each one. It doesn't matter.
Y'all want to hear a JTAC call out real quick?
Fuck yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do this. Hermes to Dagger 4 requesting cast standby for 5 line. 5 line as follows, requesting ingress southwest, egress north on grid 051085. Enemy encampment in the open, 2 times BTRs, 1 time supply truck. Possible RPGs, no lasso, no lasso. Recommend high level racetrack, standby for BDA. Sounds like gibberish, but to a pilot that understands that is crystal clear A1.
I'm fucking rock solid right now, Ranger. Thank you.
I fucking love doing that shit. JTAC is my... Ooh. Rock it and put it to bed. That's my baby. You're good. You can continue.
Well, that's pretty much it. Make sure you guys fill out your roster update forms. It'll be updated on the roster. Give our roster keepers, a little bit of time to get that done. They have other
Roster
things.
update forms are found where?
In the handbook under resources and forms.
You can show them how to call artillery, or is that next step?
That's gonna be RTO too. This is this is literally just for
Tacos.
newbies, really.
While I have you here, Tacos, what is the handbook?
What do you mean, what is the handbook?
Explain it to me, like I'm 2, motherfucker. What's the handbook?
Okay, so you remember, listen, hang on. You remember how all our documents were in a freaking Discord channel and it was unorganized, looked retarded, and was stupid?
Thank you. I tried to be right on that.
I made a document that has all the SOPs, all the basic training materials, all the forms, all the resources, everything. And this was like 4 months ago, Benny. Where have you been? Do you just not look at the SOPs anymore?
Continue.
It's all
So what you're saying is everything that these guys need to find are in that handbook.
Exactly.
Okay, alright, cool.
Everything.
Just making sure.
Any and everything that they could possibly have questions for can be found in there, for the most part. Unless they ask some weird-ass questions.
What if we don't know our Discord ID?
One's working for me.
That's not
If you don't know the Discord ID, then you say, here's my Discord name, and then we'll figure it out. But the more important thing is just your gamer tag and your Milsim ID, so that way we can link it. The Discord ID is not as important, because if you're on the roster, then we already have it.
Isn't mine both the same?
If blood pressure raises, we are not financially responsible for your heart attack.
If anybody's having a hard time finding in the handbook, it is on page 9 under roster management.